I think I'm doing well. Is everybody else doing well? Okay, so I mean, first and foremost, you guys happy to be here at Chicago Comic Con?
Absolutely.
Yes, very excited. Paying attention now. Hello.
Are you tweeting?
No, I was trying to turn Suri off and she's giving me
What are we asking Suri today?
I don't know, she just gave up on me. She's really rude.
Is there a question that you need answered from somebody here?
No, I'm good.
Like, what's the best place to get pizza? Something like
I
that?
could use some pizza.
Okay.
Hello.
We're doing mic checks now. Okay, don't forget anybody, if you have any questions, you want to make sure you get here in line to get started. Ask your questions to both Holly Marie and Brian. First and foremost, I know that a lot of my radio listeners wanted to know, do you miss it? Do you miss Charmed? And do you miss each other each and every day?
We do miss Charmed. We don't have a chance to miss each other because we see each other far too frequently these days. But I'm just kidding.
Yeah. She was over me about the season.
It's
It's true. It's true.
Wait, was that when Dan came in? It was a brief fling.
Is your heart broken?
Yeah. Again.
I'm so sorry.
So now I don't miss it at all.
He was only a guest star. He wasn't even recurring.
Kind of makes it worse.
Well, Ryan, with that, did you fear any of these other men coming on and guest starring on the show?
Yeah, I was in fear all the time. Every time they brought some young, good-looking guy, I was like,
I mean, they changed your character.
I was like,
quite
please
often.
give him powers. Please give him powers. If he has powers, he's gonna die.
So if they were mortal, you were like, man.
I'm like, oh no.
Oh, yeah. How did you feel about that with the powers and everything? Brian, I mean, they changed you up quite often. Did you get fearful every change?
Yeah, I was constantly, I was gonna
The
die.
technology changed all the time. I think we first started with little light bulbs on your little fingers. We really did. Before it became digital, it was actually practical. It was dangerous.
With you, Holly, how did it change with me? Like the freezing, was that easier throughout the seasons, do you think?
We made less mistakes throughout the season, but when we first started, we had no idea what we were doing. And we were sort of perfecting the green screen, and it was not easy for me to act at things that weren't there. And for these very nice people to have to freeze in like mid-sentence and not breathe was not easy. So.
Did you ever like think about just forgetting your lines? Oh, hold on, we need to start again.
Yeah, no. There were some awkward moments. I tried to make it as painless as possible for everyone. Not you.
No.
Painful for you.
Well, okay, let's talk about the pain on the set. Is there any stories that really come to mind about crazy things that happened on the set of Charmed that really, other characters, actors, guest stars that were just, oh my God moments?
Most of our crazy things were like just stunts gone wrong.
What went wrong?
We had a lot of stunts go wrong. Thankfully, we had really, really tough stunt girls because they had to get hit by a car a couple times more than they should have.
Oh my gosh.
We had a lot of mistakes.
You're like,
not that our stunt people weren't great, it's just when you do that many stunts, that often something's bound to go wrong eventually.
Wow, okay, well Holly, we'll talk about your powers. Of course you started with the freezing ability. Were you like begging as the seasons went on to get the other powers?
No, what was weird for me was that, I always begged for an episode without a demon. Because I really just wanted to act and do like a family show and like put all this stuff aside for a moment. They were like, no, nobody will watch that, Holly. They were like, no, if there's not a demon, nobody cares. And I was like, really? Watch me. Give me the opportunity to entertain people without freezing them.
And are you feeling like you're getting that with Pretty Little Liars right
Yeah, but now I kind of miss the other stuff.
You're like, I don't know why people are watching.
I don't know. Can't I blow somebody up?
Okay, well, who would you blow up now on Pretty Little Liars?
Well, I can't say, I'm divorced now, so, but before that, yeah.
So we've got that.
Yeah, we've got that.
Who did you really want to blow up on Charmed? I think we can fill in the blank.
That's
She
confidential.
did blow me up.
But thank you for being the scapegoat yet again.
Don't forget, if you have any questions, there is a microphone. They're not going to bite, I promise. maybe, right?
Right.
You're not gonna blow anybody up? Okay, oh, we have one coming up. The first brave soul is always the hardest.
Yes.
Ready?
Get right up.
Right here?
Almost like you're kissing it.
Okay. What does Piper and Leo mean to you? Like, what are they to you? How do you guys feel about them?
I'll let you take this one.
I'll let you answer.
Good. Good. It's the most beautiful partnership of your life. Look at you. Sit next to me still.
Well, yeah, as I've gone on, I've constantly looked for a love that.
Oh, shut up. It's funny because it surprises us, I think, how much the relationship meant to everybody. Because for us, we were friends before the show, and we were very much not romantic or any of that. Not that you're not good looking. You are. But yeah, no.
So were you thinking it the whole time?
Yes, we were very good actors. But we are surprised at how much it meant to people. Not that it didn't mean a lot to us or that we didn't put a lot into it. It's just bizarre. It's like, you know, go ahead. It's like kissing your sister, you can say it.
It was bizarre.
That's all right. You did kiss my sister, so whatever. That's a nice segue.
It's just getting really awkward for anybody else. All right, we'll take the next question.
Okay, I've got one for each of you. So, Holly,
Yes.
what demon did you hate the most?
What demon did I hate the most? Probably Shax. Well, for the obvious reason. But that was just not my most favorite makeup job either. That great wig and the like loincloth. Not my favorite.
All right, and Brian, how did you feel in season 8 when you were gone most of the time and, you know, the other, which Billy was on most of it?
I was like, damn.
You were playing golf.
They didn't.
You were playing
I
golf.
was playing golf. Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I only did half the episodes a year.
I mean, just,
but
she really was not very good at being a witch.
Is it Kaylee?
Yeah.
I don't know.
it wasn't my call. It was interesting. You know, it made it, I guess, easier because I kind of left the show twice. So there were 2 raps. Everybody threw a rap party for me before the end of the show, and then I came back into the final episode, which it was everyone's final show. So I had a little cushion, I suppose.
You had a
And then I
sabbatical.
cried for 3 years.
He lies.
Thanks.
All right, next question.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
guys.
Hi.
So what were your favorite episodes and what would you know, like to change or add to? Like what demon would you like to just kill all over again?
Well, my favorite episode was Sword in the City because I got to do the sword stuff, the sword play, and it was a special episode for me for a couple of reasons. Do you have a favorite episode?
I have a lot of favorite episodes.
Uh-huh.
I like the one where I was pregnant. That was fun. I liked where I was evil Leo.
Oh, you did like
That was
that
fun.
one. I didn't like that.
Saving Private Leo was good.
That was a good one.
Because I kind of got to be me.
The Mandalore brothers tried to kill me though. That was not
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, all the Valhalla stuff was fun. Yeah, the one where hippie Leo was fun. There were a lot of good ones.
So basically, you like the whole show.
He liked
No.
his parts.
That's how you read the script.
Leo, other people.
Leo.
You don't know what happened in any of the other episodes, basically.
I don't.
Thank you very much.
There was a demon,
Just one.
and we killed it.
Hi guys. My question for Holly is, what was your favorite costume change, and what was your worst?
Oh my God, so many that were my worst. Too many to choose from. That was kind of the challenge with Trump. It was what are they going to make me wear this week? And our writers had no boundaries, so they could come up with anything they wanted to and torture us in many, many, many different ways. But I don't know. Favorites or everybody likes Coyote Piper. It's horrifying. That one sticks in memory a lot. And then the future evil Piper. Hi, Art. How are you? Oh, hi, Mandy. How are you? Thank you. We need
Art and Mandy, everybody.
But yeah, the future Piper one was fun. Does anybody remember that?
One person.
I remember that
Two.
episode name. I don't. What was that? Thank you. Thank you. I did like that one actually.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I heard that the reason why Sharon Doherty left was because she couldn't get along with Miss Milano.
Wow, you just came right up here.
Let's cut to the chase, Holly. Screw your uniforms and wardrobe crap.
So the question I had was, how well did you guys get along with Rose McGowan after she came onto the show?
We got along great. Rose is very different personality. She's very independent. She wasn't interested in being part of the club, and she was just her own entity. And she was hysterical and odd and great, and somehow fit in just fine.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm surprised it took so long to answer my
I'm surprised
question.
you didn't actually answer the question.
What question?
So we've learned not to ask that one again.
I have two questions. First of all, Brian, the first time I actually saw you was in Sleepwalkers, and I was
That's
just
a good one.
wondering.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not good.
I was just kind of wondering, like, what it was like working with Stephen King and being.
Well, I never actually met him. It's disappointing. I'd gone out of town to do some press or something. They came in and did their stuff. So it was a bummer. But the whole experience of the movie was amazing. It was a large 3-month shoot, big makeup, and all that stuff. I mean, it was great.
And then my other question is really for both of you, but I just wanted to know what it was like working with Julian McMahon when he came onto the show and sort of changed the dynamic a little bit.
I was like, please have powers.
Julian's hellacious. He's very much an entertainer. When he comes in the stage, you hear him, and he's coming, and he's going to showboat for a few minutes before we do any work. So he drove me insane. But he's a great, very dedicated, very committed actor, and so once you get down to business, it's actually very enjoyable. I didn't get down to business with him.
That's not what People magazine said.
That was the other sister. Oh, God.
Should we just start rumors today?
No, that's not a rumor. It's a confirmed sighting. There are photos.
My question
It was
is,
in a
what was,
Go ahead.
Did a blue speedo.
My question's for both of you. What was your favorite season finale?
Well, that's a weird question for me, only because I had this strange habit of never watching the season finales. It was like a weird superstition, I suppose, with me. So I've never seen any of the last episodes of any season.
Wow. You guys have to go back, and now that it's over?
No. That would be weird. Like something terrible would happen, I'm sure. Yep.
So if you're watching it and it's on one of the in syndication,
I
you
don't
see
watch
the
it.
episode, you quickly turn it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen pieces accidentally, but I know, it's weird. Whatever. I'm allowed one thing.
No, I didn't like any of the season finales myself either. I mean, they always left me in limbo. Like, Leo could be dead.
Too bad. Depending on how expensive he becomes.
So that was every finale
a bad time in your life whenever it was the end of the season?
I was like, oh man.
It's kind of like that for all of us, though, because the network never picked us up until the last minute, so they kept us all hanging.
I mean, how does that feel, not knowing if you're going to be picked up? Do you start looking at other options?
It's awful. That's why actors are so neurotic, because they're convinced they're never going to work again. And you're not going to be able to feed your family, and you're going to lose your house, because clearly the network has not called on your phone yet. It's awful.
Do you like jump every single time your phone rings?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It changes the next year of your life. That's why they hold all the power and we go to rehab. That's your story.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. And I kind of have two questions. I'm going to bring up the Shannon thing, of course. I got to ask, as far as I understand, she kind of left rashly. So how hard or easy was it for you guys to adapt in that next season? And the other question is, how are things going now? Are you working on anything exciting?
That's like a three-part question.
The part you like the most?
I think going into the next season, it was, I think no one expected the show to keep going. And I think that was an overall feel. It was like, oh, we're bringing in Rose, and she's kooky and different. And we didn't think the audience was going to buy it. And, you would go from this kick-ass Shannon to, a little fluffier, kookier person. And we just thought the show had changed. So it was an adaptation that it took the season, I think.
Yeah, took me a while.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
First question, who owns the Book of Shadows?
This is a very strange deal. When we wrapped, Brad Kern and I agreed to share custody. This was his term, not mine. Share custody of the book, where he would have it 1 year and I would have it the next year. Apparently, he doesn't count the years very well, because he's had it the entire time. But he knows that that if he is to do anything unwise with it, that I will kill him.
You thought of like taking him to court over the custody.
I just might have to, just because it's been a few years now. I think it's time.
Well, speaking of that, is there any other props, so to speak, that you guys actually took from the set that you may have taken unauthorized? Nobody's going to tell the secrets from this room. What happens in this room stays in this room.
Every yellow sweater I ever wore.
And I swear the teacups are mine. I swear.
My other question is, now they have the comic books of the Charmed series, and bringing back her character kind of brought closure to Paige meeting her sister.
Did they do that in the books?
Yeah.
Did anybody tell Shannon?
Well, the only thing
We
is
might have a
that Shannon's face is not, she actually turns into a blonde. She actually She actually astral projects into a witch who has
into a person we don't have to pay for their likeness.
So I guess it goes to this question, because at the end of the very ending, when you guys were walking up the stairs as the elderly, and did you feel like something was missing? I mean, without Shannon, I know Brad and Shannon had issues, but I mean,
Actually, they got along great. Brad and Shannon got along great. They were like buddies.
Let's go back to question number one.
What happened?
It's just I felt a little
In the last episode that something was missing?
Yeah. Just that Paige would ever see her sister and be able to finally realize that.
That's a deal yet to be negotiated. Maybe one day.
Hi, I have a question for both of you. Brian, how did you feel when they made Leo an elder, seeing as before the elders were always kind of making the charmed ones live a living hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, oh shit, I have powers. It was over.
But you got that fancy gold velour robe.
It was crushed velvet.
It was polyester. Who are you kidding?
I was a little nervous. That could be, yeah, on my way out the door.
Yeah, because a lot of times we just see them, I mean, just talk to them and not see them.
It was
I could be talking to the ceiling.
maybe nervous.
Maybe
That was a bad, yeah, it was.
Leo was searching.
Were you scared the entire time of filming? I mean, this is a repetitive theme we're getting here.
Yes.
That's the way we kept.
Oh my gracious.
Yeah.
The other boys were scared too. Wasn't
Yes.
it? You don't worry.
I mean, it wasn't just a daily thing when you walked into work and you had the 3 women standing there ready to blow you up. Yeah, it was, you never know. I mean, the show was about the girls.
Right.
It's definitely not about the guys. So, even when we got married, I knew that the only way to create drama for the married person is to have a baby and kill the father. So, I was out of there. So I was a little nervous, yeah.
Okay, and then Holly, how did you feel when you first started being able to blow stuff up, like when you blew up the clock? Because that was kind of, in my opinion, along the lines of you having a demon-free episode.
Yes. It was much more exciting, that's for sure. A little dangerous in the beginning when we weren't sure how much stuff to put in the stuff to blow it up. There were some explosions that were a little bit bigger than they needed to be. And Vinny, our special effects guy, would go, "Oh, sorry." But yeah, it was a little more exciting than the people being frozen and holding their breath. So it was a good segue for me. I was good with
You
it.
blew up a lot of clocks.
Hey, let's not talk about the clock. It's a sore subject for lots of folks and bloggers that count how many times.
For reals?
Yes.
The grandfather clock.
Like we needed like a shot of like the collection of grandfather clocks in the basement because everybody was like, how many times did you blow up that clock? I don't know. Same clock.
But it wasn't really the same clock. But it was.
Leo's a very good carpenter.
You needed her to blow up clocks so you would have a job.
Oh, that's love.
Where's your honey-do list?
Thank you very much.
Hello.
My question is for Holly. By the way, I love you and Pretty Little Liars.
Thank you.
My question is actually for that. Do the writers actually let you know who A is?
Oh,
or
God,
they keep it in
no.
the dark?
No.
And who do you think A is?
It's frightening because it could be any of us. It could be me, and we're not allowed to know because I don't think they trust us with the information because then we would be saying stuff with microphones in front of us and ruin everything. So no, they don't tell us. But I do know that it's more than one person. There's a team. There's an evil team. Yeah.
Doesn't sound as good.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
You spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
Yes.
actually eat in the kitchen?
We did have scenes where we had to eat a lot. And when you're shooting and filming and eating, and you have to be very careful because we could be filming a scene for 3 hours and you're still eating the same cookie, and it's just not the same 3 hours. So we learned to be careful about that. But yeah, there was a point, especially during the first season when I was working in the restaurant, where I was like, wait a minute, I became an actress to not work in a restaurant. And now I'm carrying plates, and then they had me cooking, and I was like, wait, we have a caterer here at work, so I don't have to cook. And then I had children, and I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I leave my kids at home, and then I get to work, and they hand me a baby. It's tough on me. It was not fair. And you just got to room.
Well, and then when you were teaching Paige how to, well, not Paige, but when you were teaching her how to do potions and stuff, and you had things to drink and things to eat. When you blew stuff up,
We tried not to give Rose a lot of ingredients
Okay.
because she was bad with them. She was just bad. She would make bad things. It never matched. And like on the third take, you'd be like, no, you can't do that. What are you doing? She would make the worst concoctions, the grossest things ever. One of my favorite like Rose things is like, well, we're all aware of the Book of Shadows, but when Rose came on, she was not aware of it. So she was literally like at the stand, like doodling in the book. And I was like, dude, no. scratch pad for your lines. And she's like, what? Step away from the phone. She was
Well, what was she doodling?
we can't tell you. It wasn't the charm symbol.
I'm just curious, on the different things you guys can do on the show, Brian, can you actually do handyman work? Holly?
Wow.
Are you that good of an actor?
Actually, the day of my final audition, I had come from a construction site. It's kind of what I was doing on the side before I got the job.
That's why we made you wear the tool belt.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny, there was a guy at the audition with a tool belt on. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
was
damn it, I should have brought them to you. But it worked out. And, yeah, I'm a little handy.
Can you cook, Holly? That was her other question.
No.
And last question, do you believe in Wicca? After all the years.
I believe in whatever helps an individual through the day.
Very answer.
Hi, my question comes from two different universes of being a fan of Charmed and then
Okay.
the Legacy of King. So my
Okay.
question is, what was it like to work with Simon Temple?
Who's your magic school dude? Oh.
For me. I think I liked him better than some of the witches did.
Wow. Throw me under that bus?
Yes,
No.
I was probably very pregnant then. And I get a little grouchy when you make me go on camera at 9 months pregnant.
He's a
Like,
talented
nobody should
guy.
ever see that. And now, for the rest of time, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, he's a talented guy. Yes, he had powers.
Evil.
Yeah, that was an interesting transition. That was probably what, season
Okay.
4 or
I
5?
don't know.
Yeah.
No.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
6.
I know you guys said you see, I know you guys said you see each other a lot. Do you still hang out with like Rose and Alyssa all the time, or Shannon?
Which one?
Well, we saw every Saturday we get together and read old scripts.
By candlelight?
Yeah, play some charades. All right, which demon am I?
I actually do. I see Shannon quite a bit. And Rose, I have dinner with probably a couple times a year, and Alyssa lives right down the street from me.
Do you ever try to freeze her when you see her?
I do. When she's like jogging and looking all healthy, I'm like, whatever.
That's a true story. You're just sitting there with like a bagel or something.
No, I'm in my car.
Oh. Going to the mailbox.
Going to Starbucks.
Hi guys, quick question. So when you were auditioning for the show, did you think it would become such a big phenomenon, or did you think, oh, this is gonna be a fun time to pass some time and we'll see where it goes from here?
No, I mean, you never know. You know, networks make so many pilots a year, and it's such a long process to go from getting the job to filming the job to them picking up the show to them, you know, picking up only the first 9 episodes, and then, you know, then a season after that. It's a long, drawn-out process, which again is why we're so neurotic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My question's for Holly. Can you hear me?
I can.
Which did you like better, being the middle sister or the older sister?
Oh, that was a tough one. I don't know. I felt like I was the middle sister for so much longer, but I wasn't. I think the middle sister, because the character that Piper essentially was, is that she was the peacemaker, and the other two were always driving her crazy. So yeah, I think that was more inherently just who she was, and I think she struggled being the older sister, as I did too, since I wasn't the oldest.
Also, how was it acting being pregnant?
It's hard. It's unwieldy. There's swelling. Places there should be swelling. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, any woman knows it's hard to be pregnant, and then you don't want your picture taken while you're pregnant in many ways, and then suddenly you're filming while you're pregnant for a long time. Long time. But you know, what's funny is now I look back at it when I wasn't so hugely pregnant, and I enjoy seeing those episodes because I know who was in my body at that time, which is weird, but to the kids it'll be great one day.
Are they watching it?
No, not yet. I'm saving that for like, it's like a secret weapon for when like Finley, my oldest, gets really bad. I'm gonna be like, oh really? You need to watch this.
Mommy can do. Now they know that you did this show, right?
They do know, and Finley was on set quite a bit when he was a baby. So he's seen pictures and he has some remembrance of it, but very little.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Probably just nightmares.
Mommy blew somebody up.
Oops.
I have two questions. In the show, you always focused on making your life normal. Do you ever wish that your life was normal now?
Oh God, yes. I think they stole that from me. I think they stole that for Piper from Holly. Yeah, my life is not terribly normal, but I do strive to make it as much as I can, and so, yes.
And what is each one of your best experiences with the show? Like, what has come from it?
Our deep, abiding friendship.
Ditto.
You're great actors.
But we are, you know, we're very proud that it's left such a legacy and it's meant so much to so many people for so long now. Because it's been a while, and you know, so it's amazing that it still kind of interests people.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Hey,
First of all, I just want to say, you may think you looked awful when you were pregnant, but I thought you looked
huge, just huge.
a little bit big, but
That baby,
you're
I
pregnant,
had the
it's
most
expected.
weight with
You
that
carried
baby.
it well.
And it's like an HD. Like I wouldn't know the other babies. I gained so much weight, I swear.
That's some of my favorites from when you were pregnant. But my question is actually, it seems like a lot of the, was there a lot of improvisation when you were filming? Because it seems like you're very similar to Piper in a lot of ways.
Yeah, there was.
How much of that, I guess, was you and how much was scripted?
Very.
I got a story.
Go ahead.
No.
You know, we were there a lot. The three of us were there a lot. And so, you know, it got to a point where I think the writers were tired of getting that phone call in the morning that we wanted to change something. So at a certain point, Brad just said to me, Holly, can't you just fix it? And I was like, what? No, I don't write. But it did at a certain point when it was like minor line changes, we just kind of switched things around. And there were other times when things got more complicated, when people tried to write themselves out of scenes completely, which was not allowed because I don't receive their paychecks and therefore cannot say their lines for them. But there were some times when we rearranged things. Not for you, you were very good about your lines.
And one other question for one other question is for Brian, actually. Where exactly did Leo go when he orped out? Like, obviously it's digital and
He went to craft service.
Did you just walk away from the scene, or?
Yeah, generally is, well, we changed up how, over the years, how we did it. Initially, it was everybody had to freeze.
Initially, we did it wrong.
Bring up the lights, and we shot it like 3 different ways. Towards the end, it was, I just step out, and
split screen.
Don't move, and don't make a noise. So
Yeah.
I was usually like next to a door going.
And then there was that
You don't say, I'm not here.
Okay, we only have a few, just less than 10 minutes, so just a few more questions are going to be able to get through, okay?
Okay, 2 quick quick questions. First of all, did you guys originally audition for Piper and Leo, or did you have plans to?
I think we both auditioned for other people.
I didn't audition for Piper, but I auditioned for Andy Trudeau's role.
And I think I was originally.
So glad I wasn't.
I think I originally read for Phoebe. Imagine that.
And second question, if you guys could star in any television show that's currently on air, would you want to be in?
Pretty Little Liars.
Which everyone should watch, right?
Ditto?
Yeah. Hey.
All right, next question. Would you, Nancy?
No, yeah.
You're like, I don't know, I just want work.
Alright, I know
Just give me everybody
sorry.
else's paychecks.
You guys are both amazing, I'm just saying. And I love you both so much. Anyways, point is, how much are you like your actual characters? Because I mean, Holly, you're just like Piper. I'm sitting here watching Piper. And same thing with
called
Leo,
me a
but like
bad
personality-wise. You're not a bad actress, I'm serious. It's awesome, amazing.
No, I think that after a while, and after you do something for 8 years, it's kind of like osmosis. You just kind of blend into one person, and you know, and yeah, there's probably a lot of me in there, and that's probably why when they said Phoebe, I said no, and it was more appropriate for Piper.
And what about Leo?
Well, they wrote Leo's whole godliness and sweet character.
Angelic.
It was about me. I mean, you knew that.
Yeah.
You don't love yourself for anything.
I have two quick questions. What are y'all favorite love scenes?
Whoa.
You said nothing was off limits.
Well, that's when it was work. That was a work day.
And another question, as you playing Leo, did you ever get jealous when Piper will always, be with other guys?
Yes,
Always.
that's when I was rooting that they had powers. Yeah.
All right, these are going to be our last two questions right here.
In the shower. Put us in the shower.
Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who wondered if there was ever any, real talk about, a reunion movie, or if it felt just, wishful thinking.
Brian and I talk about it all the time. I know what the other few are talking about. No, I'm kidding. We do talk about it. I know there's the majority that would do it, and the one or two that won't. Beat them down one day.
Say I can blow you up.
I know where you live.
I have questions for Holly. I know it's a long time since the show, but do you remember any spells?
Oh, God, no. God, no. Block those out immediately after I say them. But I do. I'm sure they're there.
Do you know what your favorite spell would be? Do you know what your favorite spell would be?
My favorite spell? Probably, didn't we have a truth?
Yeah.
A truth spell? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Only
That's
lasts 24 hours, but...
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need. I do hate you.
Okay, so Holly, we know right now we can of course find you Pretty Little
Yes.
Liars. Brian, where are we going to be finding you?
Probably on the internet.
Answer that. You recently did a YouTube series. What was that? Like a YouTube episode of this weird show?
You better not be naked.
You didn't hear about that? Or maybe it was fake.
Are you talking about Chad Baker?
Yes, Chad Baker.
Talking about your sex tape.
Chad Baker, the makers of Chad Baker are friends of mine, and they asked me to come up, and I don't know if any of you guys have watched Chad Baker. It's freaking hilarious.
So are we going to see you on more episodes of that?
No, I did a couple episodes. I mean, if they asked me to come back up to Wisconsin, I would
Oh,
consider
you had to go all the way to Wisconsin to do that? It's the internet. Doesn't that happen everywhere?
It does. I was also just shot a pilot. It's called Dark Rising, Warrior Worlds.
So are we hoping that
It's
you
so
don't
funny, I
get
was just
powers?
talking to the producer, he actually, it's like Charm, the show, and he actually has a book of shadows.
Shut up.
I was like, really?
Copyright
So,
infringement.
yeah, but so probably never seen that one.
Are you going to be doing any more voice work, because you did video games and whatnot? Now with LA Noire, did you know that they were going to put the manor in that game?
No, I didn't know.
So did they do that for you? Did you even know? So have you ever played the game?
Never played the game.
Just did a voice character. Okay. All right. So now we are at Comic-Con. I do have to ask the question that I ask everybody with Comic-Con. Strangest thing you've ever had to sign?
Oh, God.
Booby.
I actually, in London, at the London Comic Con, I signed a man's arm. But that was not the strange part. The strange part was that he came back with it the next day tattooed on his arm, which I do not recommend, don't even.
Oh my gosh, like what was your reaction to that?
I wish it was not so messy.
Oh, you just did it quickly, like.
No, not quickly, but if I knew it was going to be a lifetime, I don't know, I would have made it more fancy.
Bubble letters.
I don't know, something.
So you're gonna recommend that nobody does that here?
Keep your shirt on.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for attending the panel. Big round of applause.